were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at me, officer.
I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I'll just call the chief, how's that?
Go right ahead, sir. Can I see your license? I am, right? Yes, sir, I do. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
You can do this?
Yes, sir. I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay,
Why
sir.
are you doing this?
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
You don't want your paperwork?
6142, can you be 51 Great Bell
You don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be issued a citation.
Everything you have to say. I've represented your unit. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady. I've represented you guys in union discussions. My son is a cop. I'm friends with everybody in the police department. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. I back you guys left, right, and center.
I understand that. I do.
You know, you're an influential person. You're
Very.
You can go ahead and do that.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Why not just say you're sorry?
You threatened her position. Why did you do that?
I tried to bully her. I mean, I'm not proud of it. This is a question of Martin Hyde being in a ratty mood on a Monday morning and acting in a way that he regrets. But I am sorry. And I'd like to think that I'll learn from it. I'd like to think other people might learn something from it too.
Oh, we're definitely going to learn something from it, Dr. Jekyll and Martin Hyde. But it's probably not what you think.
Pursuit of a Mazda heading south on 3 Points Road.
Here's the deal. This guy's name is Martin Hyde. He's a congressional candidate in Sarasota, Florida. That's Martin Hyde. This right here is Martin Hyde. That right there is Martin Hyde. But you might know Martin Hyde from this picture right here, which comes from this video right here. This video is going hyper viral. Stay tuned because Martin Hyde has apologized. We're going to go over some of his apology and intersperse it in between this this video and what he actually said in his own words. We'll listen to Martin Hyde himself after this incident. But I want to approach it from a different perspective because if you look in this video right here, and this is from WFLA News Channel 8, I'm going to refresh the page because I think it's over, it's at 785,000 views right now. I think it's over 800 and something thousand now. So let me refresh it. Let's take a look at the view count. 836,000. It was just uploaded 2 days ago. So it's gone viral. And I believe one of the reasons Martin Hyde apologized is because this video went viral, not because he thinks he did anything wrong, because through this entire video, he acts like he is in the right. He's acting like an entitled, spoiled brat who has the ring of power. And if you don't bow down and kiss his ring, then he's going to land you on the street because he's going to take away your job. So let me play this real quick and stay tuned again, because I'm not for the cop who came up to him at all. Because if you look under this video right here, this man's attitude makes my blood boil. They say positive things about the law enforcement agent. Well done, officer. You were not disrespectful for 1 second. That you were a respectful thief. I'll just go ahead and start it at the beginning. The law enforcement officer went up under the auspices of policing for profit. Stopped this guy for speeding, something all law enforcement officers do. Stopped him for distracted driving, texting while driving, which all law enforcement officers do. They got that laptop in the center console of their car. So he got pulled over for two things that all these officers do. And what this is an attempt at road piracy. Am I excusing this guy's actions? This guy is clearly an ASS hole. Okay, I'm not in this guy's corner. Plus, he's an aspiring political parasite. So you got a political parasite talking to a road pirate, and here's that interaction.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? Officer Baskin, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at me, officer.
I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I'll just call the chief, how's that?
Go right ahead, sir.
He said, I'll just call the chief. How's that? I'm going to go over your head because you said something to me that I don't like. I don't like being put on the spot, and you'll find out real quick that I've got power.
Can I see your license? Right? Yes, sir, I do. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
You can do this?
Yes, sir.
Look at him, smug.
I'm sorry? I still have a job to do, sir.
Yeah. What's your name?
Officer Baskin, it's gonna...
He said, yeah, for now. Just doing my job, sir. Yeah, for now. Guess what? Let's just reiterate this. I'm just doing my job. I'm just following orders. I don't make the laws. I just enforce them. Those are the three things that people who have no conscience say as they're about to steamroll over somebody else's rights. And again, I'm not for this guy. This guy is an a-hole, okay? He acts like an a-hole to this female cop. But the female cop is conducting a roadside extortion ring right here. She's a part of a roadside extortion ring, you know, under the Thin Blue Line gang badge and road piracy, where they're policing for profit. Let me just remind you, annually, police departments all across the nation rake in $3 to $7.5, not million, billion dollars every single year. That's how lucrative this is.
I'll be on the citation. Can I see your insurance, registration, and your license, please? Sir, can I have your paperwork, please? 7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please? You're not going to give me your registration, sir.
You arrest me?
I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration. You don't have it on you?
Look, go call the chief. Tell him how rude you just been to me. Play with this video.
Okay.
Then you call Marlon Brown. Then you call the mayor.
Okay.
They're not okay, guys. I'm telling you what to do.
Okay, sir. Are you refusing to produce your registration? I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay, sir.
You're making career decisions. By the way, his buffoonery is just warming up, guys. It's just brought to a simmer right now. He's going to go full retard. And guess what? You never want to go full retard.
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
Says what? Where's your video?
All right. Hang tight.
It's such a well-oiled extortion racket that they have these handy-dandy little computers with these little receipts. It spits out your little receipt, tells you when your court date is, tells you how much you owe the city. So they're increasing the coffers of the state. I'm completely not in the corner of either one. This is wrong no matter which way you look at it. The videos that I've seen, you know, they're sympathetic toward the female police officer. They're like, we don't want her to lose her extortion job. We think road piracy is very important in our community, so let her have her job. The poor lady was just doing her job. What I was going to say about just doing your job and just being a conformist instead of the moralist you should be, most of the evil that enters the world enters through people who say, I was just doing my job. Look back in 1930s Germany as a reference for that. Just doing my extortion job. I mean, don't hold it against me.
Supervisor. I just spoke to your boss.
Okay.
That's not okay.
You want your paperwork?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you treat people like this? Wow.
It's on 14-6.
Call the supervisor.
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
Okay. You don't want your paperwork?
6142, Canadian 51 Great Bell
You don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be
I'm not
issued a
interested in
citation.
Everything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
No, I'm not interested.
You are going to be issued a
There's
citation.
the registration.
Well, you've been already issued a citation for that.
For what?
For failing to produce your registration.
Right.
All right. Sir, you're going to be issued a citation 57 and a 40 for speeding. A fine.
Famous last words for Martin there. You're going to look stupid. Dude, you're already doing a phenomenal job looking stupid.
256, information in the back. You're going to have an option to plead guilty, an option to plead not guilty, and an option to take a safe driver's course. If you qualify for the course, it will reduce your fine, and it will reduce your points. If you decide to go ahead and do that, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment.
You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about you?
If you fail to complete...
like this.
Okay.
And he's going to have you again.
And that's fine.
It's not fine. Why do you keep saying it's fine?
Sir?
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody rude to me.
If you decide to go ahead and do the course, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment, as they do require a certificate of completion. If you sign up for it, you must complete it. Otherwise, they will go ahead and suspend your license. You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Okay? You are going to be issued a citation for taking...
There's his little political sign right there on the back of his phone, Hyde 2022. Better get another job, buddy. I don't think anybody's going to elect you when they see this video go viral.
For texting and driving, your fine is $116. Information in the back. You're going to have an option to plead guilty and an option to plead not guilty. You are going to be issued a citation for failure to provide your registration upon request. Your fine is $116. Information in the back.
So that's two $116 charges, and I didn't get the failure to produce registration charge.
You have guilty or not guilty.
You're lying.
So let's just take the $216 charges. So that's $232 for that one charge, plus the producing registration thing will be a fix a ticket. All he has to do is produce that he had it at the time, but I think he didn't. It was expired or something like that. So let's say it's just say $250, okay? $250. What is it? I think it's an estimate. That estimate of $3 to $7.5 billion comes from an average $150 ticket. I think that was a 2016-2017 figure. If you let's just take that it's $150, okay, for every ticket, and there's like 40 to 50 million traffic tickets issued in America every single year, and you call that $3 to $7.5 billion, how much more is it if the average is $300 a ticket? Just double that. So instead of being 3 to 7.5, it's 6 to 15 billion dollars. That is a lot of money. As long as you have profit in policing, you will never ever have peace on the streets. You will always have people who are out there trying to fulfill a quota so that they can increase the coffers of the state, rip off the people they're supposed to be protecting and serving, and taking away their power. It's just a bad scenario all the way around.
Green paper tells you have 30 days to repay.
Why are you lying?
You have 30 days to repay.
Why are you lying?
Your payment options are on the green form.
Why are you lying?
Phone number on the bottom in case you have any questions. When my supervisor comes, I'll wait for him with you if you like me to. Your citations are over here. You can accept them. I will wait. I will wait, but I will wait in my car. There you go.
You have the bad.
She is a very calm extortion agent. And when I hear him talk, I just keep thinking about Piers Morgan. Let me just show you what he said right here, because he does apologize. And I don't believe it. I don't believe his apology. This says, this is from News Channel 8 in Sarasota. It says, I tried to bully her. Sarasota candidate threatens to end officer's career during traffic stop and apologizes. Martin Hyde, a congressional candidate from the Sarasota area, has released a public apology following a recent traffic stop where he threatened to end the career of the officer who pulled him over. He says, I tried to bully her. I'm not proud of it. Let me just show you with his own words what he says.
You threatened her position. Why did you do that?
I tried to bully her. I mean, I'm not proud of it. She knew. And if you watch the video, the other cops, when they came up and said, you know who that is too. And the reason they said that isn't because I'm important.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. He goes, the reason they said that is not because I'm important. Oh, he loves for people to think that he's important. And if he's going to do this with a cop on the side of the road, as far as have this entitlement and entitled mentality where you owe me, do you know who I am? He's basically saying I'm above everybody else and I deserve the benefit of special treatment. He really thinks this. And his apology, literally means nothing.
Important is but because they know I've spent hundreds of hours working on behalf of causes for Sarasota Police Department, for its pay, for officers' discipline.
Well, it backfired. That's why you don't want to support the police. That's why you want to defund the police. And don't start calling me a BLMer, because I would want to defund any mafia policing for profit extortion racket. Every extortion racket needs to be defunded and disbanded. So you worked hundreds of hours to support the police. And then what's the thanks you get for it? I'm going to give you a $116 ticket for this, $116 ticket for this. And if we catch you again, you're going to lose your driver's license. You really support that.
To help them out. And therein lies the irony. My own son, my oldest son, is a deputy sheriff. And so this isn't a question of Martin Hyde disliking cops. This is a question of Martin Hyde being in a ratty mood on a Monday morning and acting in a way that he regrets. But
no, it's not. It's not about being in a ratty mood. This is who this guy is. He wants you to bow down at his feet, recognize who he is, so he can leverage that against you. That's the Martin Hyde we're talking about.
And I'd like to think...
Maybe you should call him Jekyll Hyde. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Well, this is Mr. Hyde right here.
That I'll learn from it. I'd like to think other people might learn something from it too. Nobody wants to see themselves in a swimsuit if they're overweight, and nobody wants to see themselves losing their cool. And I don't know that in isolation, if it wasn't that I was running for public office, that anybody would have any great interest, because it's really...
Well, of course, nobody'd have a great interest in that. Actually, they probably would, but not so much, because you're a public figure who thought you were something when you're nothing. That's what made this thing go viral. Is people not only love controversy, they love to see people whose power went to their heads, who thinks that the world owes them everything on a silver platter, make an ass of themselves and get thrown into the ringer. And that's exactly what he did. He actually didn't get thrown into the ringer. He picked himself up by the nape of the neck and threw himself in there.
Really a dog chases cat story, except for the political aspect. I think people need to get a little bit of perspective. While I'm sorry, and while I accept that it shouldn't have happened, there are many, many worse things that happen all over the world every single day. And part of the reason I'm running is to make sure that we live in a better world. So I got to do my part, and I accept that.
They're basically saying there's a lot of bad things that happen in the world every day. There are worse things that happen than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to become a political parasite, leeching off and sucking the blood out of the entire community so that I can walk around like I'm somebody and have people bow down at my feet so I can get the perks from the police department. It almost sounds like he put those hundreds of hours in for the police so he could get the benefit of saying, I put in hundreds of hours, I've supported you guys, now you guys owe me a favor. He's not for justice. He's not for justice. I think people need to get a little bit of perspective. While I'm sorry and while I accept that it shouldn't have happened, many, many worse things are happening all over the world every single day. A part of the reason I'm running is to make sure we live in a better world. You ain't going to be in a better world, Mr. Hyde, if you keep on doing what you're doing. And I'm not just talking about being an ass to the lady who's giving you a ticket. I'm talking about supporting the Thin Blue Line gang, which backfired on you. Here's what he said in his social media. Just over a week ago, I was stopped in Sarasota for speeding. During the stop, I was belligerent and rude to the officer who stopped me. You dang right you were. It might be an understatement. Much interest has been shown in local media and many comments made as to my behavior. That's why I'm writing this, because if there weren't many comments, if I wasn't getting negative backlash, I would never have issued the apology and I would still have sought the termination of her employment. I'm not going to justify my poor temper on that day or attempt to mitigate it in any way. There will be some who will say it's not the first time I've acted out, and they'd be right, because this is who you are, buddy. This is your character. You're just a dyed-in-the-wool arse hole. I have faults, and one of them is to be overly aggressive. Guys, you can be overly aggressive and still not be an arsehole. On occasion, when I'm challenged in the political arena, that is possibly a good thing. So look, he even twisted it around to his benefit, just like all politicians do. Completely twisted. It's like, you know what? There's a negative on my character record, and that's that I'm overly aggressive. But that's a really good thing if you want to be a politician. In the political arena, that's possibly a good thing, but not on a personal level. It's not. So you're separating politics from actually being a person? Oh, that explains it. That explains the parasitic level, the parasitic beast mode you guys enter into when you get that ring of power. I've apologized to the officer in question, and now I'm apologizing to the community as a whole. Okay, whatever. I'm going to do my utmost to behave better going forward. I'll be a better boy. I'll be a better boy, or at least next time I do that, I'll make sure no video cameras are running and make sure that video doesn't go viral. I'm not running away, though, as that's not in my nature. There is nothing more I can say or will say on this subject other than I'm sorry for any offense caused to anyone. I don't believe you, Martin Hyde. Let's continue with the video.
Sir, stand over there. It's for my safety and for your safety. Sir? 10-4, the driver being extremely uncooperative.
10-4.
I'm going to fast forward this.
7 and a 40, texting while driving and failure to produce his registration because he told me I could look it up. And he's going to have my job. Everything is on camera. Alrighty. Bye. Are you still waiting for a supervisor or are you leaving?
Rangioni's coming now.
Okay. Very good.
By the way, he's a friend of mine.
I'm sorry?
By the way, he's a friend of mine. This is like a little kid on the playground. Oh, I got the big guy coming. By the way, I know him. He's a friend of mine, and he's going to vouch for me, and you're going to lose your job.
Okay.
I'm on my way over there. You know Pat Robertson, right?
Yes, I do, sir.
Why are you doing this?
Pat Robertson, he's like, do you know who I am? I'm a very important person. And by the way, I know the police chief, the guy who's coming out here, he's a friend of mine. You know Pat Robertson? Like, it's like this guy has a serious complex, guys. This guy is seriously not at peace within himself. He really wants to show people he's powerful. And when people show themselves like this, on this low level like this, when they get to a higher level, it's going to be exponentially worse for everybody involved.
Because I have a job to do, sir. Nobody's above the law.
No one's above the law. You have to have some degree of respect for law-abiding.
That degree of respect started the moment I walked up to your car, sir.
No. You knew exactly what you were doing and you made a mistake.
If that is your feeling, you are more than welcome to fight.
You know what just occurred to me? You know what just occurred to me? This politician right here, would-be politician, literally believes he can hide behind the cloak of qualified immunity. He believes he is immune from getting those traffic tickets. And what's hilarious about this is he's talking to a badged, uniformed, gun-toting tyrant who also believes she has qualified immunity, that she's above the law. So the politician here is claiming that he's above the law. And the uniformed police officer, they always claim that they're above the law. They have more rights than the rest of us do. And now there's this clash. This is what makes this video right here so fascinating to me. A lot of people are looking this as a black and white thing, like he's the bad guy and she's the good guy. Guys, nothing could be further from the truth. You literally have two bad actors here. One is an extortionist. One is a political parasite or an aspiring political parasite who wants to make laws so that he can extort more people in the community. So you have two extortionists right here with a chip on their shoulder, believing they have qualified immunity, going at it after each other. Although she's being much calmer than him. Actually, she is being calm. He's not being calm. She's basically hiding behind the cloak of I'm just doing my job. And Bubis Americanus, my fellow Americans who are deceived by the distract, deceive, divide, and demoralize and dehumanize campaign of mainstream media are actually taking sides here when you shouldn't take either person's side. They're both way in the wrong. She's trying to enforce criminal activity on him. He's being a Dutch bag.
The citations in court.
I'll fight the citation. I'll
Okay.
fight your employment.
Okay. You're more than, you're an influential person.
Very.
You could go ahead and do.
And guess what? Cops are influential people. They can do a lot to influence for the good or for the bad, but they use their badge to influence toward the bad, to spread negativity, to spread theft, state-funded extortion, policing for profit, abusing people, state brutality and violence, throwing people into rape cages, putting the torture cuffs on them. They are bad actors just like this guy is. It's just horrific all the way around.
That.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Why not just say you're sorry?
Because I did nothing wrong, sir. I was doing my job, but I am going to ask you either to sit in your car or step on the sidewalk because I don't want either one of us getting hit. Okay. Sir, I have nothing more to say to you, sir. You requested my supervisor. You can have the conversation with them now. Sarge Frangione is on his way. Okay. Speeding 57 and a 40. Texting while driving. Failure to produce his registration.
Hey, Al Capone, call Frangione over here, okay? Get Frangione and Gestapo over there, and then we're going to deal with this situation over here with the roadside piracy we got initiating on this person.
When I asked, he told me I could look it up.
Okay. You know who he is?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, you found identified him?
Yes.
Okay. So you're just gonna stay by to cite him, or is that what?
He already got cited.
Oh, he has already.
Yeah.
The citation. So he just.
From the moment I woke up.
So he's just waiting for.
He's waiting for supervisor, and I guess he spoke to Frangione, so Frangione is on his way.
Okay.
Bobby just pulled up.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Hyde. I guess you talked to Sergeant Frangione by the phone?
I did, yeah.
Okay, he's on his way. She requested another unit, so that's why another
Give
unit.
someone a ticket for no registration when they've got their registration. She's trying to make her spurs, but it's a big mistake.
Well, this one is an expired one, but
Well, it doesn't make it. It'll take 2 seconds.
yeah.
We're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful.
Wow.
And I just wanted you to witness it. Know that the registration was right there, and she deliberately chose to write the ticket. She came up. She said the first. Look, there's a video of it, so be quiet. There's a video of what you said.
There is.
And I've got a video of what you said. Right? What she said was, I don't have it. She immediately said, I write your citation. She went right back. She never said anything. She went straight back. I denied the citation. She's straight back, right the citation. I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your unit. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady.
I was talking to my sergeant. Sergeant, if you don't mind if we could step over off the road onto the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a
it's
second,
public
officer.
safety, yeah. Come on then.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde, like I said,
No.
you know...
I've represented you guys
Yes, sir.
in union discussions. My son is a cop. I'm friends with
Yes, sir.
everybody in the police department. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me.
And by disrespectful, this is the first time anybody dared to give me a speeding ticket for speeding and call me out for texting while driving. I was a distracted driver. I could have literally hit a little kid on his bicycle, but she's disrespecting me because I could have done that. Guys, it's stupid to be texting while driving. Probably not a good idea to go in excessive speed. 17 miles an hour over the speed limit. I don't know what kind of road it was. But, basically what he's saying is, I got qualified immunity, damn it. You need to recognize that. I'm a special person, and I need to be treated specially with kid gloves. And if they don't treat me like that, I look at that as disrespect. Doggone it. Have you ever heard the voice of anyone so insecure?
And for what reason? I could care less. If they were going to write me a ticket, I could care less. I just pay the bloody thing. You don't think I got the money? Mm-hmm. It's the manner and the nature of it.
Okay. And like I said, Sergeant Frangione will be over here to talk to you about her interaction. I'd say.
Outrageous. Yeah. Why would you do that? Why? I mean, of all the people to do it to.
Yeah, I understand, sir. And
God, he really, really thinks really highly of himself. Of all the people, I mean, do it to the king or the queen, but of all the people, you're going to do it to me? This guy's not even... He's not even he's a candidate. He's a congressional candidate. He's not even in Congress yet. Can you imagine how much worse it's going to be if he does make it to Congress?
You know, I set you, you know, I've been with the negotiations with you, and I understand where you're coming from.
I don't ask for special treatment, but I don't expect to get treated like a punk.
That's exactly what he's been doing, is asking for special treatment. And he's stomping his feet because he hasn't gotten it.
Let me go talk to her and see.
Well, it's a waste of time. Yeah. She's got it in her head. I know exactly who she is. Frangione told me exactly who she is. That's fine. 7 years might not turn into 8.
You need me to go back to the station and dock my camera.
Now look at all the resources. So you got her cop car. You got the responding officer.
Go back to the station and
Look, so you got her undercover cop car. You got this one that just pulled up, this one, and this one. So now you got 4 cop cars dealing with this. You're using all these resources, all this manpower, while criminal activity, real criminal activity, is afoot in their city. And you know it is, because there's always bad people out there that need to be, you know, brought to justice. But this is how they waste their resources. This is why this right here would not work in the private sector. The private sector would not be able to afford to waste this many resources and this much manpower doing nothing.
No. He'll review it if he needs to review it. He can stop
because
it.
Sarge was already calling me to do that. He just didn't know that this is who he was.
Oh, okay.
So, but I couldn't leave until somebody was here, so just let me know what you need me to do.
Is Sergeant Frangione coming on his way here? Is that,
Yes.
He is?
Yes, he told me he was.
I just wait for him to get here, and then. Well, let me give him a call real quick, because that might help matters. Want me to do anything? No.
Proceed to the route.
Stay in your car.
Here's Frangione. Frangione and the Gambinis have arrived to talk to the politician.
You can go to the station. Yep, go to the station. Hey, Martin. Yeah, I have to leave it on.
All right, so here's the thing. She lied about the cell phone thing.
Okay.
She lied about I don't know, the speed. I could care less. You can give me the ticket all day long. I could care less about that. And then I gave her the registration. And she's, oh, your registration? It's in the car there somewhere. She goes off, she writes me a ticket, she brings me back a citation. I said, there it is.
Okay.
And she still gives me it.
Okay. All right.
She's being funny. And the thing is, I appreciate that. I back you guys left, right, and center.
I understand that. I do. Trust me, I do.
I back you guys left, right, and center. Well, guess what, Martin? There's a fact in life. No good deed goes unpunished. Now you're going to get the sting of the Thin Blue Line gang that you spent hundreds of hours supporting and backing. How's that for irony?
And I don't expect better treatment, but I don't expect worse treatment.
Yes,
if
he
that's
does.
how you treat people, that's unacceptable.
What a politician. What a liar. And I repeat myself, I don't expect better treatment. Yes, he does. That's what this whole thing's about. Because she didn't recognize who I am, and I'm the king, and she didn't kiss my ring. Boy, this guy.
I understand your frustration.
And I can get the video, and I can play it to
I'm
the
going.
mayor. I understand that, but you know, the thing is, I don't take kindly. She knew exactly, because I said to her, I said, yeah, right away, I said, yeah. She's like, yeah, I know. Straight away, writing the tickets. Why?
That right there proves that he was expecting her to do him a favor because of who he is, which just completely unsays what he just said, which shows that he's a hypocrite.
Well, she's a traffic officer.
Yeah,
That's what we do. But I understand.
I understand that's what she do.
Yeah.
It's not what you do, and you know it.
Listen, she has a job to do. I'm not. Listen.
Ooh, you know what that meant right there? I didn't even catch this the first time I watched this. It's not what you do, and you know it. If you pulled over, basically, for example, if you pulled over a fellow cop, you wouldn't be giving him a ticket. If you caught him texting, you wouldn't be giving him a ticket. You wouldn't even pull over and harass him. And if you did pull him over, it wouldn't take you 5 seconds to find out, oh, that's my fellow thin blue line member. I need to lay cover for him. Because you've seen video after video. Now, there are some cops who will stop other cops when they're just grossly swerving all over the road and they're intoxicated on, who knows what. But for the most part, you've seen video after video where the cop just goes, oh, hey, I didn't know it was you. Yeah, sure. Just go ahead and slow down. Just make sure, don't make me look bad in my town and all that kind of stuff. That's what he's saying. That's not what you do. Yeah, we know. We know, Martin. We know Sergeant Giuseppe over there.
I'm gonna look at the video. I understand your concerns. I'm gonna look at the video. I notified everybody in the chain of command right now. That's what I was doing. That's why I was not coming here. I thought you were gonna meet me at the station, but it's not a big deal. She's going right now to dock her video. Right now she's going to dock the video. And if there's problems, you will be the first to know.
Well, I know there's problems. The difference is, I'll do something about it.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm gonna take your complaint, is what I'm doing. That's the first step.
How can you write a ticket for no registration when you've got the registration? I mean, as if I got a $150,000 car, I've lived here for 25 years and I don't register the car. Why do that?
I understand what you're saying.
Well, you tell me what the point is.
It's just a state statute that she enforces. She's not the only traffic officer that writes.
Would you give a ticket for that?
I really don't leave the office. I understand what you're saying.
I understand you have a video on there, but the fact is...
I bet he wouldn't. I bet that sergeant, as soon as he saw who this guy was, turned his body camera off. Hey, what's going on, Martin? Give the little Freemasonic handshake there. Hey, you'll be on your way. Just wanted to say, have a great day. Never saw the texting while driving. Never saw the 17 miles over the speed limit. You take care, sir. Probably would have done that.
Nobody in their right mind would give a ticket for that to me. Nobody.
I understand what you're saying, and you producing it, she probably should have taken that ticket away, but I'm going to find out what exactly occurred.
Because she had a bee in her bonnet because she thought she was on a big power trip. Guess what? She's been there 7 years. So she ain't going to make 8.
She's not going to make 8.
I'll make sure.
Well, I'll get going on.
She ain't.
All right, listen.
I don't know is that a Mercedes? What kind of car is that? If it's truly a $150,000 car, it looks like you might have got ripped off on that. I don't know. Anybody know what kind of car that is right there?
That's your prerogative. I want to get
this
started.
This is not right, Andy.
It looks like it's debadged on the side.
Okay, I understand.
Right. You don't treat people that have treated and supported your partner like that.
I understand where you're coming from.
Bare minimum of respect is yes, sir, no, sir. Not a word of it. Straight up. Talking to me like I'm a piece of
Oh, is it a Range Rover? People are saying it's a Range Rover. Is it really $150,000? Gee, willikers.
In your car, which is this, she's standing, she's got a car door open, and I'm leaning against here talking to someone. Okay? So, in case you get hit by traffic. Just being difficult. Okay? Just being cocky.
I understand. I do understand where you're coming from.
But it isn't. It's a bad interaction.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was.
How difficult is it to come to me and say...
This guy's tripping all over himself to answer to Martin.
You're doing 57. Give us your license and your registration. Why get into immediately like that when she knew exactly who she was talking to? If that's how... No wonder you got people shooting people in Newtown if that's how you talk to people.
All right, Martin, I'll talk to you later.
And writing tickets when someone's actually got the physical stuff, tell me that's...
I understand. I do. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Gotta pacify the baby. Watch. Listen to this.
Go to mute.
Go to mute, because we're going to have a little conversation that we don't want the public to know about because we care about transparency. Sarasota police interaction with Martin Hyde, congressional candidate over there in Sarasota, Florida. Well, guys, leave your thoughts about this. Did I say anything that was unfair or off or wrong, an error? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow banned video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know.